Hi guys, Arindam here, and in this video I'll be showing you how to get the artifact of the immune needed for the dragon boss fight from the swamp cave on the island map as of November 2024. I will also be showing you the 3 explorer nodes found in the swamp cave. Now, we are currently located at the mouth of the swamp cave. The coordinates of the cave mouth is 64.8 by 35.2. We are in the redwoods. So I'm going to be showing you what are the best dinos required for this, which are either the baryonyx or the Beelzebufo. For this particular cave run, since I will also be collecting a bunch of cementing paste and I also don't want to get aggroed by the leech or the disease leech, I'm going to be using the Beelzebufo frog instead of the baryonyx. Furthermore, I'll be using my Otter, which will allow me to carry multiple artifacts at the same time as well as provide me hypo and hyperthermic insulation. Now, this cave has poisonous gas, and to negate the damage taken from the poisonous gas, either you can take a gas mask and then the remaining pieces can be flak or any other armor, or if you have not unlocked the gas mask or if you do not have the required absorbent substrate and other expensive materials needed to craft one of these, the other option is to equip 3 sets of scuba gear and 2 sets of ghillie. That is what I'm going to be actually showing you, because the gas mask is a rather late game choice and is much more expensive to repair. I prefer going it with the more simpler scuba gear way. So I'm going to be showing that. Furthermore, Arthropleura spawns in the cave and we would prefer to take these guys out at range before its speed attack destroys my armor completely. And if it destroys my scuba tank, then I'm going to be in a lot of problems because I'm going to be continuously taking health damage. For that, I have a backup scuba tank. I also have backup gas mask. Hopefully I won't be requiring it, and I have some made brews to heal myself up. To take out the Arthropleuras, I actually have a Ascendant shotgun. Now, all of the settings that I'm currently doing are on official server difficulty, so all of the damage, all of the weapon damages are within the 298% damage limit, and the same goes for the armor also. And same goes for the saddle armor of both my baryonyx as well as the frog. So I'm going to be using a frog. My frog is at its maximum level, but it doesn't have pretty good stats. So it has around 5k health and just barely 343% melee damage, which is below par. To negate that, I actually have a pretty good saddle, around 80 armor. So with that being said, let's start. Okay, forgot one thing. We need to take this thing here. So around this point, I'm going to be start encountering damage if I do not have the required gear currently. Also, if you are not doing a cementing paste run, you can disable harvesting on your frog. Okay, these snakes generally have much higher health, so I'll take them guys out with the shotgun. As you can see, we have already gotten a lot of paste, and thankfully I have not taken too much damage. let me also reload my shotgun. As you can see, we have already lost quite a bit of health. Even with our really good saddle, we have still lost a lot of health. Thankfully, because we actually don't have too much health, we can actually recover this health quite fast. Require this. Now, in my ARK Survival Evolved Season 2 playlist, I have actually done this cave completely solo without any kind of dino. So that is also a viable way, by the way. But I wanted to try out something else. I wanted to show you the brute force method. The alternate attack of the frog actually allows you to 1-2 shot the Meganeura and the Titanomyrma insects and take these guys out rather fast. You can see we actually have Megalania close by. take this guy out also. See if I can drop down and get the Megalania toxin. Alright, so if I were to speed run this cave, I could already have gotten the artifact by now, but in general speedrun relies on a lot of luck also, so I'm showing you the brute force method in this particular run. And by the way, right now the health of my Beelzebufo isn't really worrying me. What is however worrying me is the fact that I have already consumed around 37 of my shotgun shells, and I will actually require them for taking out any Arthroplurus later on. So that is more worrying for me. Now, so we are currently here. The artifact is actually somewhere above there, and to reach the artifact you have to take this route on the left, but instead we are going to take the first explorer node, which is on the right. So we have to head down this path. The reason why we would require a really good shotgun is, if you were to take a primitive shotgun, it might not be able to take out these Arthroplurus out in one hit, and you would not want the Arthroplurus speed to actually damage you. So in ARK Survival Evolved, where cryopods were allowed for everything including PvP, you could easily have a cryopoded Megatherium, uncryo it here in the main chamber, and practically wreak havoc on all of the creatures inside. And the Megatherium with the insect killer buff will be able to take these guys out really quickly. Unfortunately, as of November 11th, 2024, even though you have cryopods kind of enabled for PvE, for PvP it is still there, and that is why I am not showing you that route. On the island map, Megalania only spawns in these caves, which means if you need Megalania toxin, this is the best way to actually get it. So the coast is clear. For a second I'm going to drop out and I'm going to collect the different boxes. Okay, so we have some more of these things. By the way, in my current server I do not have too much of boosting for the resource collection. That is why you are not seeing that my cementing pastes have gone to insanely high levels, but it is definitely possible, by the way. insects are not there, you can use the primary attack, and the primary attack actually has good knockback and is also kind of faster than the secondary attack. Okay, so essentially what I can infer from this is the Araneos are basically the tanks of this particular cave. The Arthropleuras are the primary threat, the snakes are the annoyance, but it is these Araneos which are the tanks which take an enormous amount of time to kill. We also reload. I only need to take out the Arthropleura with the shotgun. Snakes are not very tanky, and they also take headshot damage. Alright, now this particular location, as you can see, not only has an explorer note but also a cave loot drop, and the loot table for this particular cave is pretty good. So even though it's a blue drop, you would still get really good gear. Now this watery portion here, this watery portion is full of normal and diseased leeches, and if you were to use a frog, the diseased leech won't aggro to you immediately, but if you were to take any other creature, then they would immediately aggro to you. So this place is a great place to also collect leech blood, and leech also has oil, which means you are going to get encumbered very soon. I really do not require any of these leads, but I have enough of them. So let me do one thing. Let me sayonara the entire thing. I don't need them. I have too much of these things. So I'm going to collect the loot drop. Let me be very clear that there is no leech. So we got a really nice long neck blueprint. Now we are going to collect the explorer note. So here is the location of the explorer note. Coordinates 64.3 by 38.7. It's actually a dossier if I remember correctly. So let me go above. Yes.
Tapahara Imperator is a marvel to watch in the wild. It has astonishing agility compared to the island's other flyers, thanks in large part to the rudder-like fin that extends from its snout to the back of its skull.
So
initially,
now
I thought the fin was simply
I'm going to
composed
go
of
to the
keratin,
main chamber
but
because we have already
closer
gotten
inspection
everything
led
we
me to
required
believe
for
it
that
is
place.
actually some kind of
So
sensory
now
organ.
we are going to actually
Not
go for
only
the
does it
artifact. So
decrease Tapahara's
in fact, let me
turning
do one
radius
thing.
even at high speeds, but it apparently
I know
provides
this is going to take a
Tapahara
bit
with
more
extra
time, but I'm going to
information
go out.
help it fly
I'm
through
going to
the air
unload
with
my
unparalleled grace.
gear,
I've even seen
and
the
then I'm going to
Tapahara
come back.
hover and strafe side to
This cave is
side in
not
the
too
air
big, so it's not
without
going to
moving
take too much
forward
time
at
from
all.
me to actually
It's
do that.
quite remarkable. The creature also makes effective use of razor-sharp claws to latch onto surfaces, such as the trunks of tall trees, holding its position indefinitely. Warlike tribes appear to consider Tapahara the equivalent of a versatile rotor aircraft, capable of rapid positional changes and aggressive agility. When domesticated, the Tapahara is typically outfitted with a unique triple-rider saddle, enabling 2 passengers to wield handheld weaponry while the pilot takes the reins. When the Tapahara is latched onto a surface, both the passengers and pilot are able to make full use of their weapons together. Evidently, what this skittering creature lacks in distance, stamina, constitution, and weight-carrying capacity, it makes up for in maneuverability and combat versatility.
Yeah, so it's not called Tape Jara, it's called Tape Hara because the J is actually silent and because it's a Spanish name. The same reason why Mexico is actually should be called Mexico instead of Mexico. So now we have come to the Ante chamber. So this place, the water is full of diseased leeches. The water is full of disease and normal leeches. We are not going to be aggroing them this time. Okay, so the only danger I have right now is I really do not have enough ammunition for my taking out any further arthropods down the path. So, by the way, in that area there are a lot of diseased and normal leeches, but there is also a cave loot drop spawn. We are going to be now heading towards the left hand side. For some strange reason, Araneos seem to have really good damage reduction from the frogs attacks. Alright, so now let's head to the next chamber. The leeches are going to ignore me. We have one of those drops over there. In fact, let me see if I can take the drop or not. I'm going to head towards this route. So the next place. And that is the sound of another Arthroplurus. So take the drop. I have no interest in engaging any Arthroplurus, so mostly I'll avoid. So coming back the main path, we are now going to head to the main chamber. Already a snake has aggroed to me, because snakes have really large aggro range, by the way. 2 snakes. 3 snakes. Alright, so we can see one loot drop over there, and there is actually another loot drop that spawns in the water again. It's full of diseased and normal leeches, so let's collect that guy over there. Okay, my scuba tank has been broken. I need to immediately get the next scuba tank. That is why it's very important to always have a backup scuba tank with you. It looks like drone warfare. Essentially looks like drone warfare. Instead of sending in fighters and bombers, they're sending in the different drones. See? We have barely lost any health. So it is only in the first chamber So we lost a bit of health. Again, it's the armor that is actually saving us. Remember that my frog is not imprinted. If I had the 30% imprint bonus, that would have been a real game changer. 30% bonus to both damage as well as damage reduction. We mostly do not need these anymore because we have come very close to the final artifact. I'm just going to save these remaining few shells only for Arthroplurus. No more taking out Aranios with them. Can I drop down? Not yet. Any more? No more. Alright. Alright, so now to get the second explorer note, we are going to actually head on this route. The artifact is in this route, but the explorer note number 2 is in this route. And there is also some alright. I'm only really concerned about Arthropluras. Snakes just look fierce, but they are not much of a danger. Alright, so this is the location of the second explorer node. Strangely, the reveal did not happen, but I at least got the explorer node. So the coordinates of this explorer node number 2 is 64.2 by 39.4. We dismount, get this Titanoboa thing, check if there are any more Titanoboa venom. This is one more. Is it one more? Probably. Not probably. So we have gotten 2 of the explorer nodes. Now we are going to get our third and final explorer node over here on the path to the actual artifact. So this is our third explorer node. It's at location 63.7 by 39.2. And now we are going to head straight to the artifact. If you were to take a baryonyx, then this path might be a bit too small for the baryonyx to actually fit, but a frog will fit straight ahead. That's the advantage of taking a frog, and that is why I consider frog to be the best animal for this particular cave. And there's our artifact at coordinates 64.2 by 37.8. Here's our artifact. Let me take a screenshot. Now, well, let me tell you something. So, in ARK Survival Evolved, this area was slightly open, so you can actually jump down if you are naked. If you are not riding any dino, you can jump down, or you can cryo your frog and jump down, and then you can go back to the starting chamber and then easily hide out of there. But in ARK Ascended, this area has been covered, so you have to actually use your frog to go back out the way you came. But that's fine. Respawning isn't very quick in this cave, so your exit should be relatively peaceful. Now we are going to take the left hand route. The right hand route just will have some more dinos to attack. So we are going to head into the disease leached area. We have another little megalania. Let me take this guy out, because I would require the megalania toxin, megalania venom, whatever that is. Megalania toxin, I think it's called. Yes, I actually have gotten the item cache. So this is what I really required. These megalanias are pretty rare, and sometimes they don't even drop the loot properly. So what I was saying is, in ARK Survival Evolved, there was actually a route, the immune caves, the artifact actually had a opening over there, and you could actually fall down from there and then easily come to this chamber and come back out. That area has been kind of closed in ARK Ascended. And we have yet another successful artifact run. We have gotten the artifact, and I am not seeing my baryonyx anywhere. So okay, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. And okay, by the way, I forgot to tell you, when you do any kind of artifacts, always have a logout shack and keep some bed and some box with you. Let me see what it is. I think it's somebody is taking out. Aha, there you are. Okay. Not good at piloting my rhino, but let me take my own creature out. Land this guy over there. And as you can see, this is my beautiful okay. So the new AI path tracing has ensured that these guys can actually see and understand where I'm going properly. It was not possible earlier in ARK Survival Evolved. But it's so smart that it cannot understand that I have a frog there, ripe for picking, and it's also set to passive. So anyway, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which I feel will be the artifact of the strong, that is the snow cave. Till then, thank you and stay tuned for more.